Welcome back. I have to present the evidence contradicting what Valance said, and I guess it's in the photo. Because he's talking about his lucky color, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? The photo of the crime scene? All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, right, just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. I'm dealing with different colors right here. Excuse me, I got the hiccups a little bit. He fucking said it's yellow, and it's not. Like, what are you fucking idiots? Jesus Christ, it's green. What are you talking about? Is he colorblind? Is this supposed to be a callback to Spark Brushel saying that there was a yellow envelope, but it was actually red? It's yellow, yes. Kinda takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Only when it's green. Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. The only yellow is the gun, and that one little thing over there. Confusion, doubt. Tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy? What do you think you spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valance. Look at that IV bag. Yeah, you fucking... What? It's green. It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow, and I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Cause... Oh god! He didn't pull it off. He did not complete the trade, and his Kadabra did not evolve. Order, 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 what does this mean? He's a fucking idiot. This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valant Grimoire, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, how did this mistake happen? What? And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree at a glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of... No, it's literally just green. Unless it's because of the color of the bag that makes it look green when it's yellow. Would blue make yellow look green? Blue and yellow make green? Shit. God damn it. Fuck. Slowly coming to that realization in my head there and hating it. I'm like, wait, would blue make yellow look green? And then I realize it. Shit. Oh, god damn it. As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? Shit! I don't take back what I said. I still think you're all stupid, and I win. I'll get you in the end, so you'll pay for this. Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. Yep. So they're just injecting piss. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. What? As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave, for you, that is. Grave. The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes? But how did this witness know that? You're right, 'cause it looks green. It would have looked green to him, too, in person. See, fucking, I told you he's an idiot. I win. Phoenix is smarter. Ha-ha! It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? What, are we saying, like, he took the needle out of his arm and, like, saw a little bit of the liquid squirt out or something? I don't know. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Alakazoo! Alakazoo, oh my god. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, you will explain this. There's no further explanation. I just asked a simple question. Now I need an answer. The witness clearly... Yeah, that's what I'm asking, is how? Follow, judge, pay attention. So I'm sure it means something... Jesus Christ. I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valant Grimari, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because... Well, these are the same answer. If he knew the liquid's color was yellow, I mean, he clearly did. This is objectively true. He said it was yellow, and it was. So, yes. But the reason that he knew it was yellow was because he'd seen it before. These are the same answer. Both of these are correct. That one, I guess. Fuck it. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. I'm afraid I find nothing, so what if he knew the IV liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? Wow, you're calling your band Absolutely Nothing? Holy shit. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. Very good, Judge. Now, can you tell us what sound does the dog make? Very good. I'm right, right? As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight, Wright. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Now wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Is there, though? Don't you kinda just pour it in? Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. I'm sure you would, honey. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. You don't need to be Apollo who can read people's tells, either. I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Valant Grimari, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? So does that mean he did it, then? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was... Is it this? He put it in through that? It's the only thing we have. It shows no sign of use, but, I mean, if you washed it, then how would you know? Here you go. The victim's syringe. I guess it's a little more complicated than just pouring it in, but not too bad. You can easily do it. Easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. Isn't that the suspicious part? Don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. Didn't you say something along the lines of, a lack of fingerprints is pretty much just the same as having fingerprints? I refer you to that. Yup. It being clean is just as big of a suspicious thing as if it was dirty. Whatever. As you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Alec Azar! Somebody help those bunnies. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven, and that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much needed... Are we actually going to get to investigate 7 years in the past? I said that I wanted to earlier, but I didn't think we'd be able to do it. Do I actually get to do it? That'll be so cool. God damn it. Fuck you. The trial's gonna keep going. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise, underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid, but there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit, after all. Why linger in the past when the future holds so much? He says as we are in a flashback. You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less. What's this? The notebook. The diary. After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. Well... Oh my god. Well, you know the thing that happened at the end of Case 3 where my 3DS kind of stopped working? Looks like that just happened again.